Hey, hey, hey! Linka here, do you hear me? Please, can someone confirm? Say hello if you're there, if you're listening. So I know that, the sound and everything is working okay. And today we have another masterclass following the previous week from the last time we talked about the connection and where to find leads on Facebook. And today I will talk more about the conversation that you have once you make friends with them and once you start talking with them. And let me just switch into the presentation. Just a second. Okay, where it is. Okay, you can say hello, and I see your comments. I see if you have questions. So please, if you have anything to say between this my webinar, feel free to ask, and I will be happy to help you have this conversation better on Facebook. So let's get started with the presentation, and I want just to touch base with what we talked the other day, because some of you might not watch the previous webinar, and I want to remind you who you are talking to and how you where you find them, and then we will move on to actual conversations with them. So while it's important that you know who do you serve, who is your target audience, you have to know what is their demographics. And I know a lot of online marketers and a lot of business people actually are saying, yeah, my product, my service is helping everyone. I can help everyone. Everyone can get healthier, fitter, more whatever. But that's not that might be true, but still, if you target more narrow audience, you have more chance to really make a business, because if you talk to them directly, if you know how old they are, what hobbies they have, and what are they looking for, then you will talk to them directly. You will mention their problems, their struggles. You will give them, you will give them more specific solutions to their problems, and they will feel that you are talking to them directly. So even if your product can help anyone, maybe you are more connected or more familiar with, let's say, with moms who have small kids. And the easiest to find out and the easiest to determine the target audience is to imagine yourself before you started this journey. Where you were, what were your struggles, and you will find the easiest to connect with demographics that's closer to you. So similar to your age, maybe with similar aged kids or with similar hobbies. If you are into the fitness, you will probably connect easier with someone who's into the fitness. If you have pets, you will have something to talk about. So choose your target audience, and that doesn't mean that you will reject or ignore all the others, but focus on those. And probably, if you're, like I said, if you're talking to moms, you will emphasize their pains, their struggles, how they want to be with their kids, how they don't have time for themselves, how they neglect themselves or don't care enough for themselves. They are stressed out. They don't know what to cook. There are many topics that this audience faces, and by talking directly to them, they will feel that you know what they are going through, and that you are uh, someone who can provide value and solutions for them. And then where you can find leads on Facebook. So the first thing where you should look, we all have lists of friends that we probably never talked. Maybe we have 1,000, 2,000, but we only talk like 20, 30%. If you are really consistent over the longer time, you're maybe talking to half of them. So reach to those that are already on your friends list, because at some point they feel, or you felt, that you have something in common and it would be great to connect. So reach out to them and start the conversation. Then of course you can go to the interest groups. As I said before, it can be maybe about pets, about toys, about kids, about food, about fitness, anything that your audience is talking about. Uh, then there are a lot of groups that are more. What's wrong with here? That are more local. So people that are that reside on certain location, or maybe in a country or whatever, they are getting together. They share their events or what's going on in the community. So you can go there and participate there. Then of course there are fan pages of the leaders in your industry. Those are usually people that have thousands and thousands of followers, and oftentimes their posts get a lot of likes and comments. And there you will see the people that are interested in the same topics, so you have something to talk about when you connect. And then of course use the search bar, where you can combine not only this, you search, who likes a certain person or who likes certain company, but you can also combine location, age, likes, interests, hobbies, and you can be really creative in how you find your leads on Facebook. And then of course before I start talking about the conversation and what to say and how to say it, let me just emphasize what not to do on Facebook or any social media at all. Uh, do not pitch immediately. Do not go to someone and before you even say hi, how are you, or before finding out about that person, you can, yeah, I saw your profile, you might be interested, I have something for you, I see that you are really smart, you would be great for my team. Do not do that. Nobody likes that, and it usually doesn't work. So um, it's okay that you're enthusiastic, that you're excited about your product, your company, your opportunity, but there is a time and place, and you have to know where it's appropriate. And I will share today how you can do it without being salesy and without uh, being pushy and needy, but uh, to get to your pitch through the conversation, so they are actually asking you for your help. Do not focus on selling. Do not sound needy or spammy or salesy. And I see a lot of posts on Facebook where they are, yeah, I'm one person, one lead, one sale away from hitting the next rank. Will you help me? I want to post my offer on your wall. That really doesn't work. So if you are sounding desperate and that you need something from the other person, they really don't care. They are not joining you for your business or because they care what rank you are. They will join you because they will like you and trust you and see the value in being in your team and seeing the value for themselves, not for you. So uh, be really, focus on them and don't make it all about the money. Uh, in those, I'm sure that you've been into those spammy groups on Facebook, and there are tons and tons of pictures showing someone with stacks of money or PayPal accounts and how much they are making. And but at the end, uh, I know that we are all in the business for the money, but at the end, everything else counts more than the money. Money is just the fine byproduct of doing the business. We all have all the other things that we pursue. We want to be healthier, happier, have more time, and the money is just a mean, uh, just a vessel to really give us that. So don't make it about the money and your compensation plan, or don't offer or sell them on how much they can make in one day or 1 week or 1 month, because you know that it doesn't work that way. And oftentimes the people that will join you just for the money, and they will see that they're not getting the results immediately as you promised, they will be the first one to drop and go to the next person who will offer them something better or similar. But they will see that they have to work, they have to connect, and they have to it takes time to build a business. They will just go to someone who will offer them immediate results. And I'm not saying uh, that I lost the thread right now. But yeah, I'm not saying that money is not important or anything, but don't make it all about the money. It's all about the connection, really. So what to do on the conversation, or how to behave on Facebook? Be a human, real person. I still see a lot of profiles that have different characters, animals, or even the blank or black cover photo. You are the business. You are the one that people connect with. And the last time we talked also about doing business on the personal profile. And yes, it is against Facebook policy that you cannot uh, do business on your personal uh, page, but you can show there that you are a real person, that you are a businesswoman. You don't have to, uh, you're even not allowed to share your links all the time. And I highly encourage you not to do that. But you can still show your lifestyle. You can still show your results. You can show or share what you're doing, give value, and be a real person. And at the end of the day, you are commenting and connecting and engaging in different groups. And as I shared before, there are all those groups and fan pages. And if you connect there with your personal profile, and then your personal profile is not professional, is not uh, nice or likable, or you don't even have a button to connect with you, then the other person, what will they think? My first reaction is, oh, this person is protecting their profile, and they don't want to connect with me or with anyone else, they don't want to share anything. I'm not sure if I want to connect with them. Or I might think, if I don't see anything there, I might think, oh, this is just another spammer who just created an account, and I will have, I have a lot of restrictions and settings, so they cannot post on my wall or in a group or whatever. But I still have to work around that, and prevent and delete their posts and stuff like that. So show on your personal profile that you are a human, real person. You don't have to share really personal stuff or limit it to the specific audience, but be show that you are you, that you are someone they can like, and that you're someone that they will want to connect. uh, make it all about them. So always have in mind not how you will sell to them or how will you do business with them, but make it all about them. Ask them questions, listen to what they say. You know, people love to talk about themselves. So if you see something on their wall, comment or ask questions. Is this your dog? Is this your child? Or was that your holidays or whatever? And people love to share with you, and they will share good times and they will share bad times. And if you ask the right questions, they will tell you where they're struggling and how you can help them. Um, then provide value and position yourself as authority, meaning give value about what you do, give value about your products, give value about your services, and help them before even asking for any business. Give them a little tip, advice, give them something that they can maybe change in their. I do a lot of course, the social media and Facebook, and I often tell people, look, isn't it better if you change your name to your real name, or maybe put yourself as a profile picture instead of that comic or cartoon character? Because you are a real person, people will connect with you easily. Or I share a lot of about Facebook lives, and people started coming to me for advice. What do you say? What do you do? How do you do this? And this is how you position yourself as authority before you even sell anything. And why is this not moving? And then show that you are a leader. Show that, be a role model, be someone who leads, be someone who they can look up to, be someone not just preaching and teaching, but be also someone who will do what, really walk the talk. And when they will see that you can help them, that you can lead them, that they because people want to be led, they want to have someone they can come to, they can look after, and because when you are doing it, they feel that they can do it too, and it's then easier to connect and get them on your team. So going forward with how do you start conversations? uh, Always send a welcome message. If you are sending a friend request, or if you are confirming their friend request, always send a welcome message. I have several different messages. I have them in my notes, so I just maybe tweak them a little bit and copy and paste. So have them ready, so you're not thinking every time what you will be saying, because the welcome message is really the first step that you do, and it doesn't have to be anything complicated or sophisticated or something. I just say, hey, thanks for your friend request, or thanks for reaching out, or thank you for accepting my friend request. Uh, where did you find me, or something along those lines. And I often say, where were you from, or uh, then try to find something that we have in common. I never accept a friend request from someone, or even send a friend request, but I haven't sent out the friend request for a long time, because I have more people coming to me than. But if you're starting out, you will have to reach out to people. So find something in common. If you found them on the fan page of someone, of some authority, then you probably can say, "Yeah, I found you on that page. I find that person gives really valuable advice," or "I follow that person. I love their teachings," or something like that. Or I always go to their profile and I look what they're posting. And again, it is, if you are uh, if you don't get anything out of this webinar, please have your profile really friendly and likable. You can share a lot of different stuff, a lot of quotes, maybe small small snippets from your life, but it will make you really more likable than, sometimes there's a lot of conversations about the President Trump right now. So if I go to someone and I'm from Slovenia, I don't really, not that I don't care, but I really can't do anything about it. But if the wall of that person is full of, you know, bad attitude about cursing or whining and complaining, I don't feel, why would I reach? Why would I accept that person, Uh, but I always try to find something positive, and if really is not that bad, then of course I always accept. And maybe they have a picture, like I said, of their dog or their holidays or something. I studied in the US, so I oftentimes refer to that. I was there, but not in your town or something along those lines. Then, compliment them. If you are talking to someone and you can say, oh, you have a really cute dog, or oh, your kids are so adorable, or you look great, or I see your before and after, or you really look amazing, or something along the. Just make something that you show that you've seen them, that you're not just accepting their friend request or sending out a friend request just um, to get your numbers high, but that you really uh, try to make a connection with them. Then of course share something from your own life. You don't have to tell them your whole story, or but if they say, yeah, I have kids, I often send them uh, in the welcoming message, I'm from Slovenia, I have two daughters, we have a dog, I love gardening, reading, traveling, what about you? So oftentimes I'm the first one to share something about my life, so they are more comfortable sharing something of their life, and they often say, yeah, I have kids too, I have two kids, three kids, uh, what age are they? And I say, yeah, mine are 17 and 20, and they're almost moving out, and I will have more time. And then, just to keep the conversation going, because I really try to make this conversation as I would be talking to them, in the coffee shop. And always finish your part of the story or sharing your own lives with the question. So if I say, I have two daughters, what about you? I love traveling, what about you? um, I love reading, what about you? I uh, Now when the in January I often finish, do you have any great plans for 2017? Then it's, of course, when there are holidays, I ask them, do you have any plans for the holidays? Or always finish with the question, so you give the person on the other side the feeling that you're interested in them, but also that you give them uh, something that you get their response back. And the more you communicate with them, and the more uh, sometimes someone will just reply with yes, no, or something like that, and that's not fun to talk to. So always ask them about themselves, and uh, those questions at first should be really easy and simple, and then you can of course move into the business or the products that you're selling. So then how do you transition to your business from there, that initial uh, building the like and trust and the initial report? uh, I use the method called the forum method. It's the simple acronym for F for the family. And I said, ask them about their family, how they are doing, what they are doing, about their vacations, about their hobbies, what they are doing as a family, how big is their family. Maybe they are on some kind of the um, transition. For me, for example, my kids are so old, they are almost moving out. So yeah, in the next few years it will be just me and my husband. So it is a next step for us. So we are planning different things that we planned before with smaller kids. So ask them about how they're living, and maybe they have older kids that are already moved out but they live across the country. So try to get a feeling who they are and what they how they are living. Then O stands for from the form, stands for occupation. Ask them what they do, what they are doing for living. Do they have any part-time job? How they are happy with their job? And oftentimes they will ask you back, what do you do? And here is where you say your short pitch, and I mean short pitch in one sentence, not the whole presentation and how uh, I really hate when someone says, I help people living their best lives and enjoying and having free time and earning money, because we all do that. Just be more creative with that. Maybe you can include your target audience and say, yeah, I help moms with small kids having more time for themselves, or i help I help moms or families with older kids when the kids are moving out, so they get their life back, or something like that. Be more specific. Be Say something that they will ask you back. How do you do that, or what do you do, or something more. But again, just tease them a little. Don't share everything about your compensation plan, about your amazing products, and that you have. Some companies have a really broad range of products, and then you say, "Oh yeah, I can help you get fitter, healthier. I can help you with your skin. I can help you with and then you just throw up over them with everything that you do. Here, just tease them and then move back, step away. Then R stands for recreation. Ask them about their hobbies. And this is important because when you ask them about their hobbies, they will often tell you, I don't have enough time to do that. And remember, I said before, I always say, I love traveling. And they often say back to me, yeah, I wish I would travel more, or yeah, my kids are so small, we don't travel a lot, I don't have money to travel. And then, of course, I have, something that I can talk later on about my travel business. And here they often will say they don't have enough time for their hobbies, or they don't have enough money for their hobby. So it is something that you can use later for your message. And M is uh, for your stands for your message, where you can say, yeah, I have something that might help you with that. Would you be open to see it? Uh, and then you can ask them, if I can help you get more time, if I can help you leave your job, or if I can help you get healthier, or be more with your kids, or whatever you learned in this process. Use that and use their words. So if they say, oh, I wish I would play, I used to play golf, but I don't have time anymore. I run my own business. It's taking me all day. I don't see my family as much as I wanted. And then you can say back to me, look, I might help you if I show you how you can, play golf more and have more time for your family, and maybe don't work so much, or get more money from different sources. Would you be open to see it? And if you do this step right, then they will definitely say yes, because you will be asking them for their problems and pains and struggles and their dreams, and what they want. And when you repeat that to them, they will see that you are someone that is listening, that cares, that you can really maybe help them. And then sometimes you have what they need, and sometimes you don't have that product. And don't push it, don't make it like your product is cure for everything, but be really specific. And if they don't ask or they don't share anything that your product might help them with, then don't push them. But you can always, uh, like refer them to someone. You can share an article that you read, or uh, maybe share your story here in the end phase where you share your message. You can also share your story, or maybe share your friend's story and say, yeah, I totally get you. I was like you, 2 years ago, and I decided that my family is the most important thing. I want to, uh, and I was looking for something to make me more money, but working less hours. And I started this business. Would you be open to see it? Or I was struggling with weight, I was struggling with this illness, I was always stressed out, or whatever you are doing. You can always tell a story about that, like your before and after. And we often think of the before and after just for the weight loss, or maybe the skin problems, but there are many, many changes and transformations that happens when you start your own business. So you can create or tell the stories about those different events. Maybe uh, when you were at a job 9 to 5 or even more, working 10 hours, 12 hours, maybe you didn't see the kids, and the kids were getting lost, and you were always afraid where they are. And now that you work from home, you spend more time together, and you're more connected, and they feel more at peace, they trust you more. Or there are always stories that you can tell about your before and after, but make sure that they are connected with what they say in the previous steps. So don't, if they say I'm trying to quit smoking, don't offer them, yeah, I have something that will help you lose weight, because they will not hear it. They will just see you as a spammer, and they will just say, look, I'm not interested. I don't want to lose weight. I want to quit smoking. So be mindful, and don't worry if um, often we are also stuck on someone. I know that before I started with the 6 steps and networking superstars. I was really, and being introverted, of course, I was really being afraid to approach other people. I was like, oh gosh, will they accept me? They don't know me. What will I say? How do I talk to them? Having all these fears, and like meeting new people or connecting with them. And for me, that was my, let's say, my biggest mistake that I made, because I didn't want to talk to them, but that was kind of ruining my business, of course. But now, I never run out of leads. There are millions of people on Facebook. There are always approaching me. I can go to groups. I can go. There are a few groups that I engage in, and people from that groups come to me, and then friends of the friends, and I always have more people that are connecting to me and coming to me than I can even handle. I could be on Facebook all day long talking to people. So it's just that mindset that there are enough, more than enough leads for everyone. It's not uh, getting scarce. There, even with everyone doing the business, there are still so many people that are not in your business, or they didn't hear about your business or your company. So getting over that scarcity mindset, and really believing and having faith that people will come to you, that you will have more leads than you need. If you run out of leads, you can always find new ones, and that will also help with not getting stuck on someone if you don't see that they are not a great fit for you or great fit for your product or your company. uh, then you can just leave it alone and have this no as a no for the time being. And you never know, maybe in a year when they will stop smoking, they will gain weight and they will need your services. But always uh, always use the high road, always be the one, to be helpful, to be valuable. And if it's not at that moment, you never know. And uh, if you see that you cannot help them at that moment, just move on to another one and get back to them in 3 months, 6 months, or somewhere when maybe they will come back to you after some time. And then the best strategy, this is not moving. The best strategy is to move conversation from online to offline. So when you're even before you're sending more info, or even before the your message, even before you share your story, you can say, "Look, we are talking here. Why don't we hop on the phone for 5 minutes? I like to get to know you. It's easier to talk. Uh, are you available for 5 minutes for the Facebook chat?" And then you can share your story in person. Of course, if you live close to them, you can invite them to the coffee or whatever, but oftentimes we are not. So uh, try to move the conversation from the messaging to the call. You can do the Skype call, Zoom call, Facebook chat. There are many, many, and those are really safe way. And for me, it's more comfortable than asking a person for their phone number. Some people do that and ask them for the phone number, or they even send uh, the number first and say, "Look, this is my number. If you want to call me, and what's your number?" Asking uh, for their information back. I always use because of the time zones and different phone rates and everything. I just use Facebook chat or Zoom or Skype. So you can, when you're talking to them, you can just hop on the phone or the call and ask them more. You can even ask those questions about the family, but don't do it too early in the conversation, because they will think, "Oh, what does she wants from me?" But when you're talking to them, maybe even give them something of value before you share your message. And you can what Gavin is teaching in the 6 steps is you're talking to them, and then you get on the phone and you just get to know them, and you're not even discussing any business or anything. You're just asking them about their life, and you're sharing a bit about your life. So they hear your voice, they hear that you're a real person, they can hear your energy. And then after the call, in a few days, you can, or at the end of this call, you when you get something from them, you can tell your story and say, "Look, I have something that might help you. I will send you link or more information if you want to see it," or something like that. So working uh, offline and working in person still have a huge impact. So use the online conversations just to transition from online to offline. I'm trying to see if you have any questions. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to post them. So uh, I will answer them in the here in the webinar. So after you send the information presentation, even if you send just an article or freebie or something that is not your product presentation or business presentation, always follow up. So if you give them maybe some PDF, an article, or maybe you wrote a blog post about something and you're sharing, always get back to them and ask, did you get value? Do you need anything else? Just show that you care. But if you shared your business presentation or the product, of course, ask what did you like about it. And it's great if you um, when you when you send the information, or even before you send the information, that you already schedule a follow-up call, so that you're not doing, again, this is more powerful if you do it in person. So you're not because on the messenger, it's so easy to say, I'm not interested, this is not for me. But when they are talking to you, it's not that they will not say that, but you can discuss what they are really uh, what they are meaning and what's behind that. You will hear if their objection is real, and you can deal with objections and any questions that might have. So it's a really great strategy to talk to them in this final step. And as I said, answer questions if they have any, and also get to their objections. And you probably know people use different excuses, like, I don't have time, I don't have money, I don't have this. Always try to find what's really behind that, because they're usually using this just for an excuse. And if you really want something, you will find the time, and you will probably find the money too. So, but again, don't be stuck on persuading them. Don't be stuck on trying to ignore or reject every objection they might have. Those are their real fears. Those are the real blocks that they might have, and they maybe don't even know why they are not jumping in, but they're using time or money or any other excuse just to get rid of you. And be of value, be supportive, be you know uh, understanding. And if necessary, if you don't feel that you can handle it, maybe you can arrange three-way call, or you can even ask, yeah, maybe think about it, I will get you maybe more information, or I will talk to you, in another time. And of course, uh, if they don't have any more questions or any more objections, if they agree, it's kind of not important, but it helps if you get them to say yes more in that conversation. So don't ask them, how did you like it, or did you like it, but what did you like about it? So they have to be specific. I like this, I like the price, I like how it helps, I love, most of the companies have some sort of volunteering and humanitarian charity uh, sections, so maybe they like that. uh, and again, ask them questions, so they answer with the yes. And if they answer with the yes in those questions, then it's more likely, when you say, are you ready to start, they say yes. Get them get them to agree with you. Yeah. mm, I can't think of an example right now, but maybe, do you see how this can help you with your health? Yes. Do you see how we can work together? Yes. Do you see that we are really doing something good for the world or for the kids or whatever? Yes. So try to get as much yeses as possible. So then they are more likely to say yes. And if they have any objections, um, or they keep saying no, maybe it's not the right time and it's not the right place for them. Uh, and speaking of this, there is a book called Go for No, and it's actually talking about yes is the destination, no is how you get there. And you will hear way more no's than yeses. Uh, so your goal is to get a yes, but getting no's on the road, it's not that you get yes, you are a success, you get no, you're a failure. But when you get enough yeses, you will be success. But in order to get enough yeses, you have to get more than enough no's, and no's are just the stepping stones. And just having in mind that not every person that you meet is your prospect or your perfect audience. Sometimes you will meet someone that will want to work with you, but you will feel that they're not fit for you. And just be comfortable with hearing no's and also saying no's. And of course, any no, it is not personal, it is not against you, it is not, uh, maybe they say it in a strange way, but it is not they don't like you, or they don't like your company or your products, or that your products are not good, or whatever you might be you might be hearing. But it is all about them. They don't see themselves working with you, they don't see themselves working with the company, they don't see that they might have a success with this product, they don't see how they can make money with this company, or it is all about them. So don't take it personally, every no leads you closer to a yes. So even if you get a no, just say thank you, move on. And when you're talking to someone, they usually they say that someone has to uh, to move from the awareness that you exist to really knowing you and liking you and trusting you, and they have to hear your presentation or hear about your products or services 5 to 7 times. But actually on online world, when we are bombarded with so many information, we need to have more than 10 touch points. And touch points are, when you are commenting on their post, they're commenting on your post, when you are talking to them through messenger, calling them, sending them something, uh, all those are touch points. So more touch points you have with one person, uh, they will they will like you more, they will trust you more, they will see you, and you will be in front of them more. So when they will get to the problem, they will think of you. So don't take it personally, but just make sure that you connect and communicate with them enough that when they need you, that they will think of you. uh, and I did a note for the book Go for No. If you want it, just comment below. I will send you a copy. So you will just, it's, I don't know, I think 3 pages. It is just the philosophy and the mindset behind the nose. And for me, it was one of those determining points when I read this book, because yeah, I was thinking that everyone's against me, they don't want to work with me, they don't like me. And being a woman and introverted and everything didn't really help, because I was always thinking, what's wrong with me, what did I do wrong? uh, so this book kind of gave me a different mindset and a different perspective on the whole sharing thing. And now when someone says, this is not for me, okay, sorry, or move on, let's, maybe another time, or, and oftentimes they come back. And you will probably experience that when you offer someone something and that you will not hear from them anymore, just because they're afraid to say no to you. But that's actually a good sign, because they're probably thinking, yeah, this person will try to recruit me, they will want to do business with me, but I'm not ready. And it's, it gives you kind of reason to reach out to them somewhere in the future. Don't I prefer that someone says straightforward no, this is not for me, not at this time. I usually, when someone pitch to me, I always say no, I'm not interested in any other business right now. I have, several projects. I have more than enough, but just keep me in, let's keep in touch, and I will see in a few months. And it gives you kind of permission to move on, instead of again being stuck on this person and chasing after them. And if they don't respond to you, at a agreed time, or they never have the time to watch your video or whatever, then just take it as a no and go on. Go to the next person, and you never know when this person will come back, or if they never come back, or you will always have more than enough other people to join you that will see your vision and that will be happy to work with you. So focus on those instead of those that don't want to work with you. All right, so I almost lost my voice again, but that's it. If you have any questions, I will be happy to answer. If not, of course, you are welcome to post in the group or under this video. If you find it valuable, please invite others to see it. Um, and I would like to hear your opinion on how you approach conversations, how you work on your business online. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free mm, feel free to ask. Uh, I was happy to be with you again this week. And next week we are going to talk about live videos. I will share how I do these videos, how I do these lives with the software, how I do the PowerPoint on live video, and more about really getting started and getting on with the camera, because I know a lot of people are still afraid of it. We will also be having a live video challenge starting February 15. So if you're interested, of course, stay in the group, invite your friends, and see you next week. Bye.